Alright, 2 videos does it. I needed... You know what? There was no way I was going to... There was no way I was going to... There was no way I was going to beat that battle in one sitting, so... At least I died, and I wanted to review the game too, so... Alright, let me do that.
Priming systems for temporal shift.
So now I have to face him all over again?
You were supposed to be here on my side!
I fell through a random crack in the hole. Holy shit, of course.
You're nothing like your father!
Stop insulting me. I'm gonna freaking rip you a new one.
It'll take more than that to stop me!
Where's my rhino?
Stay up there! They never should have left in the first place! I should have protected them!
Runway stabilization.
Why are you fighting this? Don't you understand what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to give you your family back!
Easy for Mr. Zircon.
This has to be done! It's my job to save them! There are no more Dimensionators! This is what we can! You know that!
There we go, halfway point.
You hear that? In a few moments, we will be able to prevent the greatest injustice in Wombat's history. I can't let you do this! You don't have a choice! See?
I already saw that anyway. Mr. Zircon wants to fuck this asshole.
Look around you, Alice. The Chinese now. It can handle it. This is what it was built for. Your father isn't alive to see you like this. A coward and a traitor. Traitor! You're fighting one of your own so that some crap might get you your power. You're... You're risking everyone else in the fight. You're darn right I am. And if you want to stop me, you're going to have to kill me.
That's pretty much what I just did. Jerk. Now sit down and shut up. 88 miles per hour? Oh, they're talking about...
What are you doing?
They actually made a Back to the Future joke.
It's not working. Why isn't it working? Because it's not a time machine, Alistair. The clock isn't meant to alter time. Only keep
30 seconds until total system failure.
Oh, great.
So sorry.
Oh, now he realizes it?
No.
What a dumbass.
Like me. What are you gonna do? Take care of yourself, Ratchet.
He sacrificed himself to turn the clock back with his wrench. Huh.
Alistair. He did a brave thing, Ratchet.
Huh.
You should be proud of him.
Let's turn it up. Just fucking noise everywhere. It sucks. So you had to face your friends, then he realizes it at the last minute that you weren't the bad guy. That you were correct all along.
Well, looks like there's just one more thing to fix.
The tower.
Timekeeper restored.
That's his dad.
I'll leave you two.
It's Clank's dad. The old keeper of time.
Take care of yourself, pal.
The clock, much like time itself, is a gift.
I cannot stay. I am sorry, but discovering my family has made me realize that I cannot leave Ratchet. Not until he finds his own. I hope you understand. You're leaving? She helped put normal harmonic stabilizers stable. Why aren't I freaking out? Perhaps you are ready to be promoted. Senior caretaker?
Huh?
Yay! Thank you, sir.
He gives him the responsibility.
Take care, Sigmund.
The clock, much like time itself, is a gift, and not to be tampered with. But like any father, my only wish is that my son does that which makes him feel whole.
You are an intelligent and logical being, Clank. But intelligence and logic would have been wasted gifts without honor and loyalty. I am proud to see you came into those on your own.
Huh?
So, should the clock be too small for your plans, I pray the cosmos light the way towards a future you yourself design. And remember, the universe has a wonderful sense of humor. The trick is learning how to take a joke.
Wow. Alright. So that's it. Clank joins Ratchet instead of being the caretaker of the clock. And Alistair sacrifices himself. Dr. Nefarious gets owned for the second time. And now, I know this is the end of A Crack in Time, but I'm going to give my verdict on the collection. Which is the 3 games that came out 10 years ago. Which, were Ratchet and Clank's 1, Ratchet and Clank Going Commando, and Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal. It was a good trilogy. I have to say, I think Idle Minds could have done and I think they could have improved making the collection, because there were a lot of problems. If you watch the entire playthrough I did, all of the, over 100 videos, there were a couple of problems I faced. Such as, how about when I got in my ship and it vanished? Or how about when I was trying to do a level and the game glitched out and the level would never end and I was stuck in the level and then I had to redo it in order to unstick it. So stuff like that is annoying. Like, why couldn't they have tested this in the game? Is this why the game was delayed back in June when it was supposed to come out June 9th for the UK? So, I'm not listening to whoever's talking, but I don't understand. I have no idea why Idle Minds couldn't have programmed their game. It just doesn't make sense. Like, the Jak and Daxter collection was programmed fine. Sure, here and there were some weird graphical and audio glitches that would happen every once in a while, but for the most part, the game was fine. You didn't have that stuff happening. I feel like in this game it was constant. Every single game, you know, even when I was facing Nefarious in the third game, the sound effects weren't correct. If you had like in the second game when I had the shield generator going and I would go to the next area and the cutscene would load, it would still have the shield generator sound effect going on. Same thing with the third game when I was on the bridge in the Starship Phoenix. The Infobot sound would keep sounding for some reason because it glitched out. I don't know why Idle Minds couldn't have programmed the game in a way that wouldn't have had those things happen. Like, I don't know. As a HD collection, bringing back the memories that everyone cherished so much from the original Ratchet and Clanks, I believe, in my personal opinion, that Idle Minds should have spent more time on it. And Insomniac, I'm going to say this again, Insomniac had nothing to do with this HD collection. They only made the original 3 Ratchet and Clank games, and also A Crack in Time, which I just did the final 2 missions on. So that is really it. That's all they did. It was Idle Minds' responsibility to up this game to HD and put it into a condition that people could work with. And for the most part, it was the same game. I was enjoying myself, but a lot of the time I was frustrated because it wasn't like I remembered it 10 years ago, or because there were just all of these graphical and audio glitches and errors that would just fuck up my experience, and I would be like, come on. So stuff like that is annoying, but other than that, the HD collection is worth it. You know, if you've never played this series before, like my friend Phil has never played this series of games before, and he's thinking of getting this, I would definitely get it. This game is only $40. Again, this was the same thing I said about the Jak and Daxter collection. You get 3 fantastic games for $40. I think that's an amazing deal. So I think anyone who hasn't played these games, or anyone who just wants to take a trip down memory lane, should definitely consider getting this series of games and also investing time in the Ratchet and Clank series. It's another one of these classic PlayStation 2 series. Now that I've completed Jak and Daxter and Ratchet and Clank, that's basically it for the PlayStation 2 era classics. Actually, in a couple of days, I'm going to be playing another PlayStation 2 classic, Gauntlet, with some family and friends. But you know, for these PlayStation 2 classics, you know, Jak and Daxter and Ratchet and Clank competed with each other during the same time period, and as you saw in each game, they promoted each other. Like in Ratchet and Clank, you saw a picture of Jak and Daxter. In Jak and Daxter, there was a picture of Ratchet and Clank in Haven City. So they promoted each other. Insomniac and Naughty Dog were friends. It's not like they were competing. You know, they were friends. They used the same technology. They kind of conversed ideas. So I think that's awesome that 2 of my favorite game franchises kind of talked in different levels concerning the development of their games. So Ratchet and Clank HD Collection's good. I don't think it really deserves a score because I would pretty much be rating the original games that came out 10 years ago, and because they're so old, it's kind of hard to do that. But amazing, amazing, amazing experience I had with these Ratchet and Clank games. The feedback from the fans has been awesome. Some people were like, oh, you're so good at this game. Well, I played this game a lot when I was a kid. My friend, you know, I remember I had this one friend, Alex, who was insanely into this game, and he introduced it to me back when I was living in New Jersey. And that was where it took off. That was for Ratchet and Clank, anyway. And as you know, with Jak and Daxter, that game came free with my PlayStation 2 when I first bought it. So this is how I was introduced to the PlayStation 2 classics. It was just during that time, and I was just, you know, I was just immersed in it. So what are they saying right now? Hold on a minute. The news report. What is
Planets
this?
everywhere rejoiced this morning to find that the strange time phenomenon plaguing the universe had miraculously disappeared. Experts are still theorizing about what could have caused the disturbance, but have reduced the threat level from sunset red to a soothing azure blue.
Thanks, Kip. In other news, a giant space station thought to be the lair of the fiendish Dr. Nefarious exploded last night, leaving the Vollards with a ton of salvage work to do. Galactic authorities have yet to recover the remains of Dr. Nefarious or his partner Lawrence. The Polaris Defense Initiative has been mobilized.
Huh. So Nefarious, you know, I guess you can assume based on All for One that if Nefarious is still alive. I think he should have died because this is pretty much the end of the series and the end of the game for Ratchet and Clank. So it makes sense for Nefarious to die. You already kicked his ass once and up your arsenal, and now you get to do it again in A Crack in Time. I think 2 times is enough. I mean, maybe they want a 3rd time the charm kind of thing, but I think defeating Nefarious 2 times in a row is kind of enough, you know. You know, this was his game. A Crack in Time was him as the villain trying to get his revenge, and he didn't get it again. You know, he got defeated in an up your arsenal, so Crack in Time, obtaining the Great Clock was his way of trying to get revenge after being defeated in the third game that I played. So, alright, so that is it for Ratchet and Clank. I don't know if there's going to be any special ending at the end of the credits for A Crack in Time, because this will tell us how the series will pan out for the future. Again, All for One did come out, I believe, in 2011, but the game, it's not any gameplay that's similar to Ratchet and Clank. You can be Captain Quark and Nefarious. It's basically Dr. Nefarious, Captain Quark, Clank, and Ratchet teaming up to face this new villain that has nothing to do with the series. It just doesn't make any sense at all. It's just stupid. It has nothing to do with the story. The gameplay is not similar to the original Ratchet and Clank games, and it's, I don't know. I mean, I could go on, but that's really all I have to say about it. And I know some people might be asking, oh, well, why didn't you do a playthrough of the fourth game, which was Gladiator in the UK, and I forget the name of it in the US, but basically the fourth Ratchet and Clank game that came out in 2005 at the same time that Jack X Combat Racing came out. And also, why didn't you do a playthrough of Tools of Destruction? That was the other game that came out before this. And why didn't you do a full playthrough of A Crack in Time? You know I just did the final 2 missions, but why didn't you do a full playthrough? Because, as you saw, I was a little rusty. That's why I was dying sometimes. I haven't played this game in a while. A Crack in Time? I think I stopped playing this game in April, off camera, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to save this for a special occasion, and I will resume it for something special, and it turned out to be the trilogy, so... No chimps were harmed in the making of this game, apparently. That's another interesting fact. Alright, that's lovely. Alright, so is there a hidden ending, or is there not? Oh, there is!
Hello? Is anyone out there?
It's Quark!
Hello? Celebrity in need of assistance! What's that, Snowball? Little Jimmy fell down a well? Oh, you're hungry for blood. I was way off. Let me just... Oh, boy, this is bad. Little help here. Ratchet, Clank, Helga, anyone?
Helga?
Snowball.
She's probably just as large as that thing. She could probably sumo wrestle it to death.
Hey, easy on the goods.
Alright, so I guess you can assume that Captain Quark gets eaten by the giant Snargle Beast. Galactic Trivia. When the Great Clock was initiated, Orvis locked himself inside to protect it from those seeking to use it for personal gain. Alright, so now, what is that? He only left 3 times, once to planet Core 2, once to... Oh, Core 2 is when he left Clank, yep.
Ratchet, Space Rat, your path is far from over.
What?
See, the most horrifying truth has yet to be revealed.
What are you talking about?
Max, I am your father's accountant. Did that do it? Did that sufficiently blow your mind?
What is this?
Let that just roll around for a bit. Oh, now, come, find me in the core of this sector, and let us end what we began.
Really?
Vorsalon out.
Vorsalon. Vorsalon is Nefarious' lieutenant, by the way, in Crack in Time. You face him like 3 times, and he just regenerates every single time. So, screw that. Travel back in time to before defeating Dr. Nefarious and collect all the Zoni. Collect all 40 Zoni to defeat Vorsalon. You need to collect all 40 to defeat Vorsalon? I don't think that's going to happen. I need 5 more, but it's not going to happen. Create a new save and enter challenge mode, keeping all... Yeah, this is the same thing. It's the same concept from the previous game, where you can either enter a harder mode with all your same weapons, or you can go back before you defeated Nefarious and collect the Zoni. So it's the same thing from the previous games. Same concept. So that is it for Ratchet. Oh my god, 19 minutes. But that's it for Ratchet and Clank. The trilogy, Crack in Time, everything to do with Ratchet and Clank. We're done. I hope you enjoyed the footage. Right now I have to upload the second half of Up Your Arsenal because I took it Thursday and I was just uploading it to my computer. So I have to put that up on YouTube. And then I got to put these videos up on YouTube. So thanks for watching. I will have a gaming update either on Saturday or Sunday, and I will be talking about everything that's gone on in the channel thus far. I have had a blast playing this game, and we have another great playthrough coming next week, another PlayStation 2 classic, and I think everyone's going to enjoy it. So thank you so much for watching this amazing playthrough for Ratchet and Clank HD Collection, the trilogy. Goodbye.